of June.
What happens in Armana
Stays in Armana.
just like Las Vegas, so do not worry. This is just between you and us, Pisces.
That's right. So here we go.
Oh, here
All
we
right,
go.
Pisces.
All right,
First
this
one.
card's going to be bright.
So here we go.
Oh, here
All
we
right,
go.
Pisces.
All right,
First
this
one.
card's going to be bright.
All right, so party, 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 huh? In June.
We have the devil.
We have the devil.
And I think I'll keep my shades on because that helps,
Oh, yes.
you know,
Maybe I'll put mine back
see
on,
this
too.
card in a different light. The
Yes.
devil. Let's look at this card in a different light because we just got this card actually.
Yes, for another reading.
For Capricorn. And this is the major arcana card that coincides with Capricorn. And it has now shown up for Pisces.
Yes.
It is,
So,
it is the least Piscean card, probably, of all the major arcana. And we also call this card the sex, drugs, rock and roll, and food card.
but even more than that, it's about codependence. About being in a relationship in which you do not have equal power. And so the whole month is permeated or infused with this feeling of trying to rebalance the power structure. Because you're in some sort of power structure in which you don't feel that you have equal footing, and or your lower instincts are tugging at you. So you want to go to a place that's not good for you. And so by having this as your first card over the whole month, you're going to feel this energy in the entire month of June.
It feels to me like a dark influence has entered your life this month.
Yeah, something.
It could be outside of you, but it feels like it's like sort of like the dark night of the soul in June.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that means yet, but it kind of feels like, sometimes we can feel energy, especially Pisces.
Yes.
And you may be picking up on that energy of someone who is in your midst.
Yeah.
Who
Exactly. Someone in your midst does not have your best interest at heart.
Or they're just dark.
They're just dark.
And maybe they're going through the dark night of the soul.
That's right.
And you're somehow bound to them in some way.
Or somehow they influence you during the month.
Or they sadden you because of their proclivities.
Right.
I don't know why I think that, but it's like you're saddened by somebody else's proclivities.
But again, it really has on a grounded level just to do with your own appetites. Just the honing of the control of your own appetites.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
Because sometimes Pisces will say fall into bad habits.
Yeah.
Because they're so sensitive.
Yeah.
And they want a perfect world. They want to live in a perfect world.
Right, yeah.
And so
they self-medicate.
They self-medicate
Yeah.
in order to live in that world because they don't want to face something else outside themselves.
And you can self-medicate with a lot of things. Shopping even.
Shopping.
Which we do all the time. We self-medicate. She's a Pisces, so hello. All right, this makes sense.
My name is Ava. I am an addict.
I am a shopaholic. Okay, moving right along. Second position. This is the position of challenges that you might face throughout the month.
Yes.
And I gotta take my glasses off for this one.
Oh.
I like this card. I'm really
do
glad
too.
you got this card. So your challenge is to taste the rainbow. I always call it the Skittles card.
Right, the Skittles card.
Taste the rainbow! It's like, this is like pure happiness, pure joy, pure...
Yes, it's 10 arriving at the ultimate, the pinnacle of emotional satisfaction, of fulfillment. And it's a place you arrive after a long and arduous journey.
Yeah, so it's kind of the fairy tale, and they lived happily ever after.
And of course, it's interesting that you would indulge your passions, that which, the appetites, because in paradise, all your passions are easily satisfied.
Oh, that makes sense.
You see? So you're given everything.
Oh, wow.
And so
Yeah.
when there's abundance, then it's really challenging to say no. When you can't, when it's not there, it's easy to say, oh, well, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, when there's a party going on around you all the time.
That's right. It's very difficult.
It's hard not to join in.
It's hard not to join in.
But then, also, and I don't know what will come up in the next position, but to me, like, if there is somebody in your midst who's who has something going on, and that you've been sort of drawn into this situation.
Yes.
Your challenge could be to feel like there will be, because this is a challenge position, a happy conclusion.
Yes.
To this situation with this person.
Yes, very well done. Because so maybe the challenge is to bring the devil into paradise.
Yeah.
To show them the way, because this is a journey.
Yeah.
And you come into the rainbow. The rainbow always represents God
and belief
and the higher spiritual aspects of life. So
it's like
you take the devil and you bring him up.
Well, it's the Kodak moment card too. It's like, Kodak used to have the ads where, there's always that little moment of perfection,
Yes.
I mean, most of life is sort of mundane and it's just a series of things you have to do, but then there's always the Kodak moment.
Right.
So that's the challenge.
Together.
How do you find the Kodak moment within this situation with, bound to this person?
How do you bring this person up? How do you bring this up to a higher plane of being?
For yourself.
For yourself. Oh, how interesting.
Justice. Oh, we just talked standing.
Wow.
Okay, so in the position of the unexpected, there's a need to sort of investigate. And I always like that sort of, you brought that up one reading, it was like sort of investigating. Scrutinizing the situation.
Right.
Unexpectedly.
And, the Justice card is very intellectual, to bring in a sense of reason to the situation. And to weigh the good and the bad of it, and to again, it's interesting because we've got the devil here and justice over here unexpectedly. So these are sort of in opposition too, aren't they? Because justice has to do with fairness, doing the right thing, of being able to discern and measure. In a detached way, all the facts and bring them together and then make a decision.
Or make a case even.
Make your case.
Yeah, make your case.
Yeah.
Because you may have to, within this situation, make a case to this person.
To the devil.
Or even to yourself. So it's sort of like
yourself
it's sort of like bargaining with the devil.
Right.
But not in a bad way. It's kind of like, sometimes we have to tame our own inner beast. We have to bargain with our own inner beast.
Yes.
And if this represents you, that would mean, sort of investigating these deeper, more carnal sort of.
Yes, but in an impartial and in a detached way.
Right. Yeah. To get to this.
But unexpectedly, there's a lot of people out there. You might have a legal issue come up too. So
Contracts.
Unexpectedly, some legal issue, some contract.
Yeah.
Some sort of contract that needs to be perused by you and either signed or not signed. So it could very well be.
And it could be a verbal contract even.
It could be a verbal contract.
Making contracts with family members, friends, even at work, if you have a raise and there are additional responsibilities that go along with that.
There's paperwork
Paperwork.
involved. Right. There's definitely some paperwork involved unexpectedly introduced into the situation is a legal matter of some
Or
sort.
a contract with yourself or this other person.
Or a contract with yourself, meaning a bargain with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Like if I do this, then I can do this.
yes,
Like
yes.
if I don't eat that piece of cake, then I can put $5 in this jar.
Right,
You
right.
know?
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
That's very interesting.
Well, she
Now,
doesn't eat cake, so that's not a good one.
I don't eat anything.
No, she doesn't. Only fruit. That's it.
Fruit. I'm a
Seriously,
fruitarian.
we're not kidding.
Yes.
All right, and the next card. Here we go. A lot of times we'll say when we see this card, stock up on those birth control pills, girls, because you are fertile myrtle.
Watch out.
Yeah. Wow. What a
Watch
reading.
out.
Check
And there's
this
a
out.
lot of, yes, look at this. Oh my goodness. It's quite interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because
it
you
really
have
is.
you have the glory of having arrived as your challenge into this place of emotional fulfillment and satisfaction, getting away from the devil inside or the devil outside, but taming and managing that component of yourself. Having some legal issue perhaps to deal with, or coming to a balance within yourself, intellectually, emotionally, and physically. And at the end, wow, you are Mother Earth. This is getting out into nature. This is enjoying the fruits of your labor, the seeds you've planted. Suddenly, everything is fecund, meaning the flowers have bloomed all around you that you've been laboring to bring to fruition. There, everywhere you look, is abundance.
I feel like you have to do all of this to get to this card.
I think you do have to do all of this to get to this because you have to tame the beast within,
Because it's the goddess and the devil.
the goddess.
So if you
and
can imagine, you put in a room a
Yes.
goddess, and then Pan.
Pan shows up at the apple
Right.
and says,
So it's
"My
temptation.
dear, this is so yummy, yummy."
But I feel like this is about if you have in your midst this darkness, okay, that you're dealing with, and if you feel chained or bound or out of some sort of guilt of family or whatever it is that's pulling you into this sense of, darkness,
Yeah.
responsibility, this,
Yeah, the purgatory.
purgatory. Which isn't, that's it, which is not, you are not allowed to live as the goddess, as the, the woman who is
The divine mother.
she's the divine mother, yes.
She's the divine mother.
Yeah, but she's also able to create because
Right.
that is what the goddess is. She's
She's like Isis. She creates from herself. She is fertility.
yeah, she's creation, she's Gaia.
She is Gaia.
So until you deal with this, you can't create
That's right.
within the earth plane. It's like the miraculous creations that come from
Oh yes.
the Empress.
Everything
we're not
that
talking
is
about
comes from the Empress.
Yeah.
Everything material
Life.
comes from the Empress.
creating life.
Creating life, or that could be all your artistic projects.
New
it
life.
could be your children.
Right.
It could be everything, all your ideas.
Pregnancy even.
It
That's
could be
so
pure and simple pregnancy, but look at that. There's your challenge, is the 10 of Cups. So these two belong together, you
Yes.
see. So
the challenge is to create this sense of, like taste of heaven, okay?
Right.
So how do you get to the taste of heaven when your whole month is covered with this darkness? So what you do is you go back to the Justice card.
right,
You do you not only just do what's right, you stand up for the light.
yeah, you stand up for what is good. Period.
and you shine a light
Right.
into that darkness. And
And
you,
you go with your
may,
heart.
you may have to do some things that other people.
I think you show the way because this is about a journey. So
Yeah.
you show the way.
Yeah, you show the way.
You show the way
Yeah.
towards the rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
And you make the devil turn around.
Yes.
You harness all your appetites, or you stand up for yourself and you speak your truth.
And you shine a light into the darkness.
Right.
And after that's done, this happens.
And after that, what happens? You become Mother Earth herself.
Yes, and
You birth everything that is good for you and for your family and for everyone. And it's pure abundance. And it seems to me that that abundance is what's creating the devil. Because again, that's why they say a rich man has a difficult time getting into heaven as a camel through the eye of
Right.
a needle. Is because when there are so many temptations, they can't control those appetites, and they fall victim to their own abundance.
Yes.
And so that's what the whole reading seems to be about.
Yes.
Don't fall victim to having everything you
At
want.
the end of the month, you're going to be giving new life to, and it could be, if you're trying to get pregnant, this is the time to do it at the end of the month. Maybe you just need to clean up your act a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you've got someone in your life who's kind of dragging you down, you're going to deal with that. And at the end of the month, you're going to be like a co-creator with God,
Right,
because
and
that's what the goddess is.
Exactly. So at the end of the month, my goodness, everything blooms around you, and you're in the garden of your own creation.
That's right. So go out and buy some flowers just to remind yourself at the beginning of the
And
month.
get yourself a dress from Armana.
Yes.
You're so fashionable.
Right.
aren't they?
Flowers, not food, girls. That's what's
Flowers,
going on.
No food. No food.
You can have food, but not the chocolate cake. So stay tuned, because at the end of this reading,
Oh yes.
Ava is going to narrate a documentary on Akhenaten and Nefertiti. We are going through our month here, once again, mining the sacred feminine. And
Yes.
what we would like to do is help viewers like you reclaim their divine feminine,
Power.
and attachment to the deity.
And so this is a part of the story, the ongoing story of the progression of human consciousness and the divine feminine through history. It's enormously interesting, so I hope you stay tuned.
Yes, and if you need a reading because, wow.
Oh gosh, this needs some more demystifying.
Yes, it does. And you want to sort of have a little bit of counsel in terms of how to tame the inner devil or the outer devil. Please go to our website, virtualtarot.wordpress.com, and there you will find a plethora.
A plethora.
I brought that word back from
I love
last
that
month.
word.
She has a plethora jacket.
I have a beautiful plethora jacket.
Of readings. You'll find a plethora of
Yes.
readings. Choose one that's appropriate for you. And
I'd like to say that, again, thank you for the male viewers. Thank you for your generous donations as well. And we want to acknowledge you. We love you too.
you're the bundle keepers.
You're the bundle keepers.
Someone mentioned that. It was really great.
It's cute. So
So we
thank you.
appreciate it. And also, we this month would like to encourage you to post a link to your Pinterest page. We're really interested in seeing the lives and the aspirations and the inspirations of some of our viewers out
That
there.
would be so interesting for me to see that.
So Pisces, please post your Pisces Pinterest page. We have a Pinterest page, so please like our Pinterest page, and we'll like your Pinterest page, and let's all share and see who's out there. What are we doing?
I
And
know.
how
Let's
do we
become
relate?
a family is what we're
Yeah,
encouraging you.
yeah.
Yes.
So please do that, and I think
Yes.
That's about it. We're about
Yes.
ready to go watch Akhenaten and Nefertiti march
Yes.
through the center of the city.
And they come out with their family, and we're going to view them just as we would at Buckingham Palace.
Yes.
And then we're going to go frolic in the pool.
Yay, it's
And
hot.
It's hot, and then we'll see all the beautiful flowers in the garden.
All right.
So
So
thank
until
you.
July.